Alright everybody, on today's episode of the Struggle Bus, we are going to try and get these axles out from underneath this and get them slid underneath the new frame. Now I'm not going to be taking the axles free from the leaf springs, the leaf springs free from the hangers. I'm leaving them all as one assembly. I'm taking the tires and wheels off. But I've got some 2x1/2 flat bar. Now I'm going to cut down the appropriate length for the front of the front spring hanger and the rear of the rear spring hanger. And we'll tack those hangers right onto that plate steel. So when it is time, stick it underneath there, I can hopefully just pick up the back end of this trailer, slide the axle assemblies out that way, pick up the front of the new trailer frame, roll them back, set the trailer frame down, and because the hangers will be on their own steel, I can sit there and I can shimmy that main frame wherever I need to get the axles square of the trailer. And then, time and daylight permitting, try and get a tongue put on that today too. But try not to set my sights too high. If you set them low, it's hard to be disappointed. So I gotta go get some jack stands. Back over there, and we'll get this trailer picked up, jack stands thrown underneath it, and we'll start cutting the axles out. Alright, those are a little crusty. I'll get that taken care of. I got a couple jack stands underneath there. This part of the driveway is a little soft. See that by the way that guy's leaning. Got a couple of flat tires. So, I gotta go get my air tank. We'll put air in the two flat tires. We'll get these off after I get air in those two. I'll give the coil some time to soak into them. We'll take our measurements. We'll start cutting. I go to cut these. I'm gonna do the front side, the back side, and the inside, and I'll do the outside last, so I'm not underneath the trailer when the axles come down. And while I am under there, I got some oak blocking I'm gonna stick up, stack it up underneath the axle, just because. Yeah, it's an awesome welder, right? You're almost there, but you decide not to finish. One of the problems I have being a welder and looking at things that are professionally built from reputable companies, I shake my head. I picked up a couple of these, some no name brand 6 amp hour lithium ion batteries for my DeWalt tool. Bought these a while ago. Haven't had an opportunity to try them out. It says full charge. It's been out in the truck for a couple of months, so I'll end up giving that a try today. See how that goes. So yeah, give these guys a good hosing. I got new brakes, new hubs for this too. A friend of mine does all the maintenance on the guy's vehicles and equipment who I bought this trailer from. He does a really good job of keeping up on stuff. Talked to him about the brakes and hubs, and they're still good. They never had an issue. But I'm swapping these over to 6-lug, putting 16-inch wheels on it. I'd rather run a 16-inch tire instead of a 15. I want a little taller tire too. This trailer sits fairly low for a lot of the things I do. I don't haul cars too often, and I usually get into the places you probably shouldn't be dragging a trailer, but I do anyways. There's always got to be one. Always. Alright, that's going to need a bottle jack. Bottle jack up underneath here-ish in the back, and awesome. Lost all my nuts. Huh. Sweet. Oh, that still works. Looks like I'm getting new trailer decking too. Okay. Yeah, didn't see that happening. So, anyways, now that it's, you know, on the groundish, we'll get the measurements there for the spring hangers. Get the overall, and then yeah, get the 2x1/2 or whatever that was cut, put down on top of it where it sits, because these guys are going to drop down. Get those tacked up, and then I'll continue to jack that up. Go get another jack. Bring get this up, put the wheels back on it, go do the same thing to the other side. Also gotta get from the front of the trailer, there we go, front of the trailer to front spring hanger, so I know where to put this guy on the new trailer. So I think we'll do that first. That guy kind of spins. Will you stay? He will. What is this? It's 3 inches. If I hook you there. 8'4". So that's going to be I'll be 8'1". Front to front. "5'4". From there is 2 6.5. Alright, so this is what I got. I got 8'1" from front of trailer to front of front spring hanger. I have 5'4" from front of front spring hanger to rear of rear spring hanger. And then I have 2 6.5" from front of front spring hanger to front of equalizer hanger. So yeah, that should work. And that would put that also 25 1/4. It's an inch. It's half. That puts us about 14 inches behind center of trailer. So when you guys are figuring out spring hanger placement, these springs from center of eye to center of eye are 25 1/4 inches. So half of that is 12 1/2, 12 5/8. Yeah, and so that's the center axle from spring hangers, 12 5/8. Now, when you're setting a trailer up, you want your front axle 12 to 14 inches behind center of deck. Not center of trailer, not from tongue to the end of your beaver tail. Center of your deck. So like from your crash bar to your breakover point. You want that front axle 12 to 14 inches behind center. And right now we're 8'1" from front of deck to front of spring hanger. Add another 1.5 inches in to get your center eye bolt. That gives you 8'2.5" plus the 12 5/8. So you're 9'3" and 1/8. And this is a 16-foot deck. So you do a little bit math there, and we're 15 inches. So this should be a really nice riding trailer. Now there are formulas to figure out axle placement for other applications. So like a lot of equipment trailers, the axles are farther back than what they should be because they're planning on you hauling a tractor with a backhoe or brush hog. So they put more emphasis on tongue weight than they do anything else, because all your weight is towards the back, which is where the tractor would be at. Car trailers and closed trailers, they tend to be a little back to that 12 to 15 inches. I'm not going to delve too much into that because Redneck Trailer and Dexter Axle both have very good literature on figuring all that out, doing the calculations. It is available online. So I strongly encourage you to go and seek that information out for yourself. And get back down to slicing and dicing on this stuff. See what else I can tip over today. Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit.